Did you know that 70% of people experience a significant financial loss at some point in their lives? How can you bounce back and prevent it from happening again? This isn't a rhetorical question, but a reality that many of us face. Financial loss, to put it simply, is a common occurrence. Whether it's due to a job loss, a bad investment, or an unexpected expense, most people will have to navigate this challenging situation at least once in their lifetime. But here's the good news. It's not the end of the world. Yes, it's tough. Yes, it's stressful. But it's also an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to build resilience. Understanding how to recover from financial loss is not just about getting back to where you were. It's about equipping yourself with the knowledge and tools to prevent similar situations in the future. In this video, we'll explore effective strategies for recovering from financial losses and how to safeguard your finances in the future. A financial loss can occur for a variety of reasons, and it's critical to understand why it happened in order to prevent it from happening again. For instance, one of the most common causes of financial loss is job loss. Whether it's due to layoffs, resignations, or retirements, losing a steady income can put a significant dent in your financial status. It's the unexpectedness that often catches us off guard, leaving us scrambling to adjust our budgets and lifestyles accordingly. Another common culprit behind financial losses is poor financial management. This could range from overspending and failing to save, to making unwise investments or falling into the trap of high-interest debt. Without a good grasp of money management, it's easy to find ourselves in a financial pickle. Unexpected expenses are also a major cause of financial loss. Medical emergencies, car repairs, or sudden home maintenance can all strike without warning, hitting your wallet hard. While it's impossible to predict every expense that might come up, having a safety net in the form of an emergency fund can help cushion the blow. Lastly, let's not forget about economic downturns. A sudden dip in the economy can lead to financial losses, especially for those with investments in the stock market. The recent COVID-19 pandemic is a prime example of how an unexpected event can send shockwaves through our financial world. However, it's not all doom and gloom. Understanding these causes of financial loss is like having a roadmap. It empowers us to navigate our financial journeys with more confidence and foresight, allowing us to sidestep potential pitfalls along the way. Remember, everyone experiences financial losses at some point. It's not a reflection of your worth or capabilities. Rather, it's an opportunity to learn, grow, and become more financially savvy. By understanding why financial losses occur, we can take proactive measures to mitigate them and ultimately bounce back stronger. Knowing the reasons behind your financial loss is the first step to recovery. Assessing your financial situation is a crucial step in the recovery process. It's like taking a snapshot of your current financial health, which can help you determine what needs to change to get you back on track. Imagine your finances as a ship sailing through the sea. Understanding your financial situation is like reading your compass and map. You need to know where you are to navigate effectively to your destination. So, how do we start this assessment? First, you need to take a comprehensive look at your income and expenses. List down all your sources of income, whether from your job, any side hustles, or passive income streams. Once you've done that, it's time to tally up your expenses. Be thorough. Consider everything from your mortgage or rent, utility bills, groceries, to the coffee you buy every morning. Second, calculate your net worth. This means adding up all your assets like your house, car, investments, and subtracting all your liabilities or debts. Your net worth gives you a broader perspective of your financial health beyond just your income and expenses. Third, understand your cash flow. It's not just about how much you earn or spend, but when you receive your income and when your bills are due. This helps you avoid late fees and manage your money better. Now, let's talk about budgeting. Think of a budget as your financial roadmap. It helps you allocate your resources effectively, ensuring you cover all necessary expenses while setting aside money for savings and investments. Start by categorizing your expenses into needs, wants, and savings or debt repayments. This is known as the 50-30-20 rule, where 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings or debt repayments. Regularly reviewing and adjusting your budget is key. Life changes, and so should your budget. It's a living document that evolves with your financial situation. A comprehensive assessment of your finances can provide the clarity you need to move forward. It's the foundation upon which you can build a solid recovery plan. So, grab your compass, plot your course, and let's sail towards financial recovery together. Once you've assessed your financial situation, it's time to plan your recovery. The goal here is to devise a strategy that will help you regain control of your finances and, more importantly, restore your confidence in managing money. The first step in creating a recovery plan is setting financial goals. Goals give you a direction, a target to aim for. These can be short-term, like paying off a credit card debt, or long-term, like saving for retirement. Make these goals specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. In other words, make them SMART. Next, you'll need to create a budget. A budget is your financial roadmap. It tells you where your money is going and where it should be going. Start by listing all your income and expenses. Then, categorize your expenses into needs and wants. This will help you identify areas where you can cut back. Remember, every dollar saved is a dollar earned. Once you have your budget, it's time to prioritize your debts. If you're in a hole, the first rule is to stop digging. Look at your debts and rank them in order of interest rates. Typically, it's wise to pay off the debts with the highest interest rates first, as these are the ones costing you the most. This method is known as the avalanche method. Alternatively, you could use the snowball method, where you pay off the smallest debts first to gain momentum. And finally, commit to your plan. A plan is only as good as its execution. Stick to your budget, meet your financial goals, and make regular payments towards your debts. Remember, the road to financial recovery is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It requires patience, discipline, and persistence. In conclusion, planning for recovery involves setting financial goals, creating a budget, prioritizing debts, and following through with your plan. It's not an easy task, but with commitment and discipline, you can turn your financial situation around. A well-crafted recovery plan is your roadmap to getting back on track. With a plan in place, you're now ready to take action. This marks a crucial stage in your journey to recover from financial losses. It's where you transition from planning to doing, from theory to practice, from intention to action. But remember, a plan is only as good as its execution. It's all about discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's the commitment to yourself to stick to the plan you've crafted, even when things get tough or when you'd rather spend than save. It's about making the right decisions consistently, not just when it's convenient. It's the key to turning your financial situation around. Now let's talk about tracking progress. It's not enough to just follow your plan. You need to keep an eye on how well you're doing, on whether you're moving closer to your financial recovery. This involves regularly checking your savings, your spending patterns, and your debt repayments. Are you hitting your targets? Are you able to save as much as you planned? Are you reducing your debts as expected? By monitoring your progress, you can see where you're succeeding and where you might need to adjust your approach. And that brings us to the final point, adjusting the plan as needed. No plan is perfect, and your financial recovery plan is no exception. You might encounter unexpected expenses, or perhaps your income might fluctuate. That's okay. Your plan should be flexible enough to adapt to these changes. Don't be too rigid. If something isn't working, don't be afraid to tweak your plan. Remember, it's a tool to help you, not a straitjacket to constrain you. So, to sum up, implementing your financial recovery plan requires discipline, tracking your progress, and adjusting your plan as needed. It's about making the plan work for you and sticking to it until you've achieved your financial recovery goals. Implementing your plan is where the rubber meets the road. It's where real change happens. Recovering from a financial loss doesn't end with implementing your plan. You also need to prevent future losses. It's time to fortify your finances against future setbacks. One of the most effective strategies is building an emergency fund. This is not a luxury, but a necessity. An emergency fund is like a financial buffer, protecting you from unexpected expenses or income loss. Start small and aim to save at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. Diversifying your income is another powerful strategy. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Consider different streams of income, like a side job, freelance work, or investments. This helps to spread the financial risk and provides a safety net if one income source dries up. Now, let's talk about tracking spending. It might sound tedious, but it's a game changer. By keeping a close eye on where your money goes, you can identify spending leaks and areas for improvement. You'd be surprised how much you can save by cutting out unnecessary expenses. There are plenty of apps and tools available to make this task easier. And remember, financial education is key. Keep learning about personal finance, investment strategies, and economic trends. Knowledge is power, and the more you know, the better decisions you'll make. Finally, consider seeking professional help. Financial advisors can provide valuable insights and help you create a personalized financial plan. They can also keep you accountable and help you stay on track. In the end, remember that financial recovery is a journey, not a destination. It requires commitment, patience, and discipline. But with the right strategies, you can not only recover from financial loss, but also build a secure and prosperous future. These strategies will not only help you recover, but also fortify your finances against future losses. It's not about merely surviving the storm, but learning how to dance in the rain. So keep moving forward, keep learning, and remember that you have the power to change your financial future. Recovering from a financial loss may seem daunting, but it's entirely possible with the right approach. We've navigated the rough seas of financial loss together, and hopefully you now have a clearer understanding of how to transform this challenging situation into an opportunity for growth and learning. Let's quickly recap. First, understanding your financial loss and acknowledging its impact on your life is the initial step on this journey of recovery. It's about accepting the reality and being honest with yourself about where you stand financially. Next, assessing your financial situation is vital. This involves taking a hard look at your income, expenses, debts, and savings. By knowing where your money is going, you can identify areas where you may need to cut back or make changes. Then, planning for recovery. This is where you map out your path to financial health. Set realistic financial goals, create a budget, and stick to it. Remember, every small step you take brings you closer to your financial recovery. Implementing your plan is the next crucial step. This involves putting your plan into action, making necessary modifications along the way, and staying committed to your financial goals. It's not always going to be easy, but with discipline and dedication, you can regain control over your finances. Finally, preventing future financial losses is an ongoing process. It's about learning from past mistakes, building an emergency fund, investing wisely, and continuously educating yourself about personal finance. This is where you transform your newfound financial knowledge into long-term financial stability. Recovering from financial losses is a journey, not a destination. It's about learning new financial behaviors and making informed decisions. It's about turning a setback into a comeback. And remember, you're not alone in this. There are resources and professionals available to guide you through this process. Remember, assess, plan, implement. If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out other videos on financial literacy and leave your thoughts in the comments below.